When things don't go as expected in your client sessions, what do you do? How does it feel? And what thoughts and emotions go through your head? Now, first of all, this is quite typical, especially if you're trained in traditional methods, if you train in NLP techniques, it's actually quite normal to have things go unexpectedly in your sessions. Why? Because humans are dynamic and we absolutely cannot predict what happens in our conversations way ahead of time. We are really bad at that shit, right? It always goes unexpectedly. So before, personally, I tried to control the shit and tried to control the session by overly preparing. Meanwhile, 100% of the time, it did not go as expected. So instead of preparing for the unexpected and overly preparing, which really just wastes time, money, effort, and stress, why not shift that mindset around and instead be comfortable with the unexpected things that happen in your session? How does that sound right now to just be absolutely confident when unexpected things happen within your sessions? Because it will. So, today we're going to talk about three things that you can do so that you can, if something unexpected comes or comes up in your sessions, that you are able to handle it like a pro and still give your clients amazing transformations. So, first of all, when something unexpected comes up, you are going to feel that feeling and have those thoughts. So, for you right now, what are you doing to manage it? Right? What are you doing to manage your nervous system response when things don't go wrong? The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So, if something unexpected happens in your life right now, what is your default response? Because that is going to be really, really crucial for you to be honest with yourself with so that when it does happen inside your sessions, you're going to be prepared as to how you're going to regulate yourself when shit doesn't turn out well, right? So that is the first thing. Realize how you are being in your sessions when things don't go right and find a regulation mechanism to help you with that. If you don't have one yet and want something that is really, really powerful, I do have a training on this. So if you comment below somatic practice, I will give you the link to the somatic practice that can help you regulate within your session. So really you can be in your session, something doesn't go right and you're like, "Oh fuck." And using the somatic practice is going to help you. If you want access to that, comment somatic practice below. So find what works for you with in terms of you getting your stability back. Very, very important. The second thing is to, say something doesn't go as expected. Maybe you've tried a technique, maybe a client doesn't feel in touch with their feelings, maybe they cannot visualize, whatever it is, maybe you feel a lot of resistance and they keep saying, I don't know, and just giving you short answers. What you can do is, first of all, regulate yourself. And then, second, just start from scratch. Start from the very beginning. Even if you're like 45 minutes into your session, just be like, okay, John Doe, sorry about that. Can you just let me know again what the actual problem is? And so by resetting and starting from the beginning, you can assess whether or not anything has shifted within your clients. And so also it gives you that break to be like, oh, okay, I can recap, I can regroup because you never really know. A lot of the times in our hypnotic questioning sessions, it may feel like we're like going around the place and not going anywhere. Meanwhile, we're actually making progress, but it was difficult to see it at that time. So if you ask something like, okay, so how are you feeling now in general? It gives the client the ability to tell you what is actually happening and if there are any changes. Whether or not there is a change is it's going to give you a different perspective and just a reset, and it can, clear your own stress and path. to give you a new path to go into. So that would be my second tip for you. If things don't go well, regulate and then ask again, how are you feeling in general? What's going on with the problem now? Very, very good like way to reset and very easy to remember. And number three, the root of why things don't go well in hypnosis sessions isn't because there's something wrong with you. It is not because something is wrong with your client. It's just that whatever you're using, whatever technique you're using, whatever script or visualization you're using is just not a fit for that client. And so this has nothing to do with you and your skills or your ability and capabilities. It's just you're trying to fit a um, round hole inside a square peg or whatever that is. Round hole, square peg, not a match. You understand. So it's just not a match for that client. There's nothing wrong with the client. There's nothing wrong with you, but there is something wrong with the technique. So when we get so caught into using the new techniques, that's not really addressing the real root of that's not the actual thing that's going to work with that client. So instead, learn principles, right? If you know how to ask questions, if you know the basic principles and how to eradicate conflicts with questions, then you will never have to worry about which metaphors, which visualizations, whatever to use, because you just know how to ask the client's questions to find their answer. And isn't that what therapy 101 basics is, right? Asking questions leads to answers. Therefore, if you are able to help clients find the answer, you will no longer need a technique to memorize, a script to use, because you are literally just utilizing the script and the technique in front of you. Who is your client, right? That sounds a lot easier than trying to memorize shit. I've been there. Like I have been there. I have read the script and wanted to vomit because it's a disgusting script that I would never ever say. Those stop smoking scripts with the rabbits being covered in tar in a garden, like that's complete bullshit. I would never say that. So I didn't agree with the scripts at all. I didn't even agree with the swish techniques, the swish patterns, right? So if you are also like that, trust me, there are a lot of people who are also like that. Like it doesn't make any sense. We have an unconscious mind. We have a nervous system in front of us, our client, who is built to problem solve. So how you can help them resolve their problem is to utilize the very principles of problem solving, which is asking questions. So it gets to be really, really simple. The neurosync hypnotic questioning method is all about asking questions. Like literally, that's all you'll do. And so if you learn how to do that, it can make a tremendous impact with your client results moving forward and your sanity. The amount of stress when you can realize that all you're doing in your sessions is ask questions and you never have to worry about the session not going well because you're expecting it because it's actually a great thing that the session doesn't go well and it becomes an excitement like journey for you to be inside sessions. That is such a big shift rather like compared to reading the stupid ass scripts, right? Or having the technique, the inner child thing, and your client is an overly analytical person who does not know what that means, right? So just asking questions, it gets to be fun and your life will completely change. This is why the free flowing sessions happen, right? The free flowing hypnosis sessions event is an event where you get to start your journey with this. You get to learn how to ask questions. We'll go through the same principle during this over and over again, a principle that inside the paid trainings we do over and over again for hours and hours and hours. Inside the course, there's like a 90 hours in there and all we're doing is the exact same principle. Why? Because this is the foundation. So you get to learn this principle at no cost if you attend the free flowing hypnosis session training. So if you want access with that, comment free flowing sessions below and you can join it. It's next week, Tuesday, Australia time, the rest of the world, Monday. There will be a replay There will be replay access for 30 days. So even if you can't join live, you are still welcome to learn if you sign up. So definitely comment below free flow sessions for you to no longer worry about sessions not going well, and instead you actually look forward to sessions not going as expected, because it's going to be super fun for you because you have the skill of asking questions and going with the flow of the sessions and having fun while doing so. So I will see you in a little bit. If you have any questions, drop them off, DM them, comment free flow for access to it, and comment somatic practice to have a regulation tool that you can do literally during your sessions, and they won't even notice, and you're calming your shit down, which is very, very important. So I'll see you soon and have a great day.